So, good morning, everyone. For me, it's a pleasure being here with two research groups, one from Italy, another from Spain. Both research groups are involved into a European research project that is called UPRAISE, and we are both institutions working on together. And this seminar is within the action we are every month doing within the Ciberimaginario Research Group. That is a workshop that we usually carry out just to disseminate actions, research, and what we are doing. And as you know, Nerea, that is currently doing her PhD thesis, and me, we have spent together 3 months under the supervision of Professor Paolo Canonico, Professor Andrea Tomo, and Professor Lucio Todisco en la Università de Napoli, Federico II, Napoli University. Within the DEMI, that is the Dipartimento de Economia, Management and Istituzioni, within the research group led by Paolo Canonico, that is involved into the field of management and economy. So the idea of this session is to share what they do within the department, the actions that they are currently doing within the PRAISE project, so that we can share like common frame and start working together between both research group. So for me, it's a pleasure introducing you Professor Paolo Canonico, Lucio Todisco, and Antonio Limongello. And here are also members of the Ciberimaginario Research Group, which is a group which is led by Manuel Gertrudis, who is here. And also there are postdoc, teachers, and predoctoral students like Jennifer, Maria del Carmen, Albert, and Alberto. So hi, everyone. The floor is yours, Paolo, Lucio, and Antonio.
Yes, thanks, Alejandro. Great to see you again. We've been sharing the corridor up to a few weeks before, so it's great to see you again. It's great to meet here online Professor Manuel Gertrude Experio. Nice to see you. Nice to meet you. It's a pleasure to see Alberto Sanchez Acedo. Great to meet you here. We've also met, at least with Alejandro and Nerea, as I was mentioning before, quite intensively in the last few months, and yet back again in Helsinki, since all of us participated to the coordination meeting which was held in Helsinki from 26 to 27 of May. The idea today is basically to put forward a few elements that, in a sense, the trademark of our participation to the UPRAISE project, and then, of course, try to, in a sense, reflect with all of you about how these ideas, these seminal ideas that are currently undergoing, might be implemented together and with other partners as well in the very near future, in the next few years of the project. Just sharing my screen and perhaps a few of the slides that we have prepared. Okay, so I guess now you're seeing my
Yes.
desktop and slides. Thank you very much. As you all know, we are in the framework of the UPRAISE project, which is an acronym for Virtual Worlds Innovation Masters Shaping Future Digital Skills Europe. And we have tried to, in a sense, characterize a bit our intervention with the subtitle that you can see. So it's Digital Transformation, Virtual Environments, and Innovative Teaching. These 3 points, these 3 elements are, in a sense, at the core of the contribution that we as research unit and as academic unit may bring about in the UPRAISE consortium. Of course, as Alejandro was mentioning, I'm not alone in the project, but here online there are connected Lucio Todisco, Dr. Todisco, which is a researcher in the Department of Economics, Management and Institutions here in Napoli, and Antonio Limongello is currently a PhD student here at the department. Both of them have been engaging in activities together with Alejandro and Nerea in the past few months in the framework of the UPRAISE project. So let me just recap why the UPRAISE project exists and what are, in a sense, the core ideas of the UPRAISE consortium. When I was first approached by a few colleagues about project preparation, it was pretty much clear to me, this was at least a couple of years ago, it was pretty much clear to me that the main issue that was going to characterize, in a sense, the UPRAISE project was related to a mix of, let's say, technologies that may bring about some innovation in terms of both, let's say, teaching and advanced education in the universities that are in the consortium. And this is related, of course, to technologies such as the representation and the use of virtual worlds, broadly speaking, but of course, at the same time, related to extended reality and more generally, we could say to the usefulness that the AI can bring about in terms of supporting the diffusion of new digital skills across Europe. So the idea of the consortium is, of course, the one of connecting, of linking these technologies with the possibility of developing in the future digital competencies. And we will, of course, also reflect a bit on this idea of competencies, on digital competencies, which are very much important for us because, as we will be saying in a few moments, one of the peculiarities of our participation to the consortium is related to some, let's say, masters or advanced course, executive course in the offer of our university that are related to, as we will mention, to public administration. So the idea of establishing new ways of diffusing digital competencies is central, is paramount for our contribution, for our university. And more generally, I would say that the idea is also the one of establishing an interdisciplinary approach. So the idea, which I think we also tried successfully to cultivate together with Alejandro and Nerea in the past few months, was basically to establish an interdisciplinary collaboration among scholars of different roots and different backgrounds. Me and my colleagues are mainly scholars in the, let's say, management area or the organizational studies area, which is, of course, one of the angles through which you can, in a sense, make a reflection on new competencies and new digital competencies useful for companies or, in our case, for public administration. But at the same time, we are, in a sense, eager to collaborate within the project with partners that have a different kind of background. So this is why we believe the collaboration with Alejandro and Nerea was, in a sense, fruitful for us, because we managed to get in touch with a very valid partner that has competencies in communication and also in the representation of virtual worlds. So one of our experiments, we will show later on together with Lucio and Antonio, has been the one of, in a sense, importing within our courses technologies in terms of virtual worlds able to foster at a more advanced level the diffusion of digital competencies themselves. So this is, as I was saying, a crucial point in the working on interdisciplinarity and the idea of connecting together universities, such as the ones that are now in the seminar, but at the same time representatives from industries and, in our case, from public institutions. We are also, in a sense, trying to cooperate and bring into the project some key figures in the Italian public administration domain that, in a sense, can help us and help the consortium in providing a more, let's say, a clearer picture in what kind of technologies should be developed and why they can be, in a sense, useful for the different public administrations across Europe. Just a recap of the role of University of Napoli Federico II in this consortium. So UNINA, as it is spelled as an acronym in the documents, is one of the 9 HEI partners in the consortium. The consortium is, of course, spanning, as you know, across 11 European countries and across 26 partners of different backgrounds. And as, let's say, sectoral focus, our university covers mainly in the UPRAISE project the public administration vertical, which is one of the 6 application domains that were established since from the beginning in the project. So public administration vertical alongside manufacturing, energy, healthcare, education, creativity, and food. These are the 6, should be the 6 empirical focus of the project itself. So UNINA, together with other Italian partners, of course, and together with Bologna, of course, as well, which is the leading university in this consortium, will be collaborating, bridging the academic research that we carry out with the need of supporting, let's say, sector-driven innovation in the digital transformation domain. And one of the areas in which the sector-driven innovation is currently lacking, at least in the areas that we cover, is, of course, public administration. So this is why we will be focusing on that mainly. We are also contributing to, as research input to some documents that have been establishing within the consortium. So far, we have been contributing with some analytical input, for instance, to the D4.1 output, which is the first UPRAISE observatory report on skills gaps. This report, as you all know, basically draws on a number of respondents on a pan-European industry survey addressing 129 respondents across the 13 countries. And it is right now mapping the existing educational provision across partner organizations in order to provide, let's say, a rich picture of the offer that can be further integrated by the UPRAISE consortium. As I was saying, we are also contributing through, let's say, a public administration lens, because our network, which has been establishing across the last, let's say, 10 years, addressing needs, education needs of public administration, it now includes a variety of alumni, which are people which have been following our masters in the past, including, for instance, the alumni of the Master on Digital Transformation, the Public Administration, here mentioned in the acronym MTDPA, and more generally PA practitioners. The need of addressing this network is the one of, let's say, providing in the development of the project, let's say, a more domain-specific perspective on the virtual worlds adoption generally in the public sector, several contexts. And this we hope can be useful, because can in a sense spot some critical gaps that need to be integrated, while for instance referring to gaps relating to change management, which needs to be in a sense promoted alongside the offer more technical contents, and more generally to the AI literacy, which is also something which in a sense lacks a bit our network in terms of previous background and previous educational background in IT and in technology contents. The key findings of this contribution will be, in a sense, as I was saying, contributing to critical thinking and to interdisciplinary collaboration, which will be and are already priorities for designing curriculum in some of the outputs of the project, like, for instance, T4.2, and providing, as I will be saying later on, modular training in T4.3 output of the project itself. Something which is most important for us and will be in a sense characterizing the contribution done by our university is the possibility of developing some curriculum aligned with the UPRAISE virtual worlds competence framework, which will be targeting public administration scholars and professionals, which will be seeking to integrate immersive technologies into their workflows, their public sector workflows. So right now, in these months, we are developing some modules which will be offered to the other partners of the consortium in the first cycle of education, which will be departing from late 26 onwards. And of course, the idea is offering this part of the curriculum open to the need of other partners as well. Alongside this activity of curriculum development, there is also the provision of, let's say, a modular training, which will be delivered by UNINA. And this modular training will address mainly issues of, let's say, short and stackable learning activities, which should be addressing some priority gaps spotted in the analysis I was mentioning before. So this will be mainly focusing on issues such as AI literacy, change management, and cybersecurity. And this modular training will be some, let's say, add-on to our masters, which will be, in a sense, available both for those who will be following our masters, of course, but will also be, in a sense, open to other partners as well. And this should lead to, in a sense, establish together, of course, with the contribution coming from other partners, to, let's say, more bigger, let's say, more ample UPRAISE activities, which will be recognized across European partner countries of the project. Finally, I would like to mention our contribution to the ongoing monitoring of PA public administration sector skill needs. And this is a sense of continuous improvement to the skill observatory, which we'll be trying to put forward also in the next months, just to ensure that the program content, both the content that we'll be providing and the content that will be provided by other partners, will keep on being aligned with the evolving industry requirements that are already, in a sense, available from the initial analysis that I was mentioning before. So let me end up this first segment of the presentation just with some reflection on what is our idea of education in digital transformation, and why, in a sense, we think that our contribution may be useful to the project itself. So, as Alejandro has witnessed when he was staying here in Napoli, our idea of digital transformation in education is that it is not only something that addresses tools or ICT tools, but the idea is that digital transformation in education should also address issues such as learning spaces. And this is why I think it is important the experience developed with Alejandro and Nerea, and also affect issues such as interaction models, so how the interaction takes place among both the participants to the education programs and, let's say, the teachers of education programs, and more generally to practices of knowledge sharing. These areas are all areas that have something in common with the UPRAISE project, and I think are areas that can benefit from, let's say, mutual interaction and collaboration with your research group. So in this perspective, I was mentioning technology in itself is a way to redesign teaching, to alter, to impact on communication and organizational learning of those that are involved into education space. So the idea of shifting from more passive content delivery to more collaborative and experiential learning is something, in a sense, central for us in the project. And this is why we have, let's say, managed to interact fruitfully with Alejandro and Nerea on the design of virtual environments that they have proposed to us. As Lucio and Antonio will be mentioning in a few seconds, moving from online learning to immersive learning is, let's say, an additional feature that can, in a sense, bring about important consequences for our courses. And this is why we have, in a sense, collaborated, and we have engaged in a close collaboration with Alejandro and Nerea in order to try to bring about in the future cycles of education of our masters platforms of virtual environments such as those that they have proposed to us and on which we have worked together. So we now move to the next issue that I think Lucio will be covering on the movement, on the shift from online learning to immersive learning, and to the description of why the platform may be useful for our masters, and how we believe it might be fruitful to engage participants in the future on these new ways of delivering immersive learning.
Yes, thank you, Professor Canonico.
Yeah, well, I will be stopping the sharing, so you can do it yourself.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. And can I ask to Antonio to share the presentation, if it's possible, and to present this part of this presentation, these activities. Thank you, Antonio. And starting with the part of from online learning to immersive learning. And okay, thank you and good morning. It's a pleasure for me to say it here today online and to share this part of presentation with and thanks to Alejandro and Rea for these months. It is a period is very interesting to collaborate and to create more different activities. The idea in these months is to realize a primary part of activities connected with the to create a new modality to organize the activity of in the Master of Digital Transformation in Public Sector. This is a master program in our university that is connected with the project of UPRAISE, because is Professor Canonico say before that our relevant aspect in this project is connected with the public sector and to improve the competencies of the digital skills of public employees in the Italian context. In these months, we have realized with Alejandro and Nerea a lecture with the participant of this edition, and to present, to become a path between the research, teaching, and experimentation on digital transformation in this course, and to present the aspect connected the use of the immersive technologies and how these technologies can support the digital transformation. Together with the master participants, with the presentation of Alejandro and Nerea, we explore how these tools could be used in different public administration. First, we have considered their role in training and capacity building. Immersive environments can create realistic simulation to organize in different modality of the administrative processes, the crisis management scenarios, or the citizen interaction is for us is very interesting and relevant. And we have engaged the participants to the public employees of this course to experiment, to analyze, to learn the aspect connected with the virtual environment, the immersive environment, and also to compare the traditional training methods, and also to verify how this approach can significantly enhance engagement and can increase the knowledge and the diffusion of the knowledge in their public administration. And after this activity, we have had a moment to share with Alejandro and Nerea to different idea about how can you use this lecture to organize other activities and also to verify how the master can be, the master executive in digital public administration can become a practical case to create to create a different modality to training activities, and we have more meeting to realize this virtual environment with the different aspect of the course, the lecture, the presentation of the master, and we have had more interesting feedback of about the participant of the use of the immersive technology that is very in this moment is not common in Italian public administration, but in this case the master is an important moment to engage the public employees, and also to improve also not in the context of municipality of Naples, but also in the region and the other Italian context, the use of the virtual environments. We have realized also we have had a meeting with also the PhD student in our course of doctoral course in management, with also with Alejandro and Nerea to share the first results about our project, and also to disseminate the UPRAISE, and also to share how the role of the public employees is important, is relevant to engage, to create a new, different mode to see the public administration, and how it's possible to create an environment that include AI and artificial intelligence, the use of virtual assistants, and we can create a tailor-made environment for this master, for this course. And second, also Antonio can in the next part of this presentation will introduce is another aspect that is very important, is how can we support with the use of virtual environment the organizational change, because digital transformation is not only about introducing new tools, but it's also a change of minds and the culture and the managerial practice. Immersive technology can help visualize change, simulate future organizational models, facilitate the collaborative problem solving with the different stakeholders. And this opportunity to stay with Alejandro and Nerea and with the group of Ciberimaginario in these months was a very interesting moment to imagine with the public employees that have participated in this course, an interest moment to share different idea about can introduce this virtual environment in their public administration. And this is a part that I want to present in this meeting, and but is not only is only a part of the activities that we have realized in these months, and Antonio can share the share the part of the presentation that is connected with the other aspect of our activities. And Antonio, if you want to introduce your part and about the other aspect connected with the activities that we have realized together, the group of Ciberimaginario.
Yes. Thank you, Lucio. Thank you for all of us for the opportunity to explain what we have done, in particular with Alejandro and Nerea during this period. So, good morning, everybody. Well, we have done two main activities and two core outputs. With regard to the activities during the visiting period of Alejandro and Nerea, we did one seminar for the master students, as Lucio said before, another with the PhD students of 40 cycle and 39 cycle. I mean the second, third year of PhD in our department. With regard to the output, we produced a scientific paper and a virtual environment object of the paper, which we have the intention to publish with a journal. During the seminary with the master students, we presented the virtual environment, and we explained the importance of a web XR space that was designed to host information, resources, avatars, interactive content, and learning activities. In fact, this space is designed to organize content and support interaction. So the virtual environment for us has represented an opportunity to do an alternative way to teach. But we have done the same with the PhD students, and all is finalized to take feedback and to improve virtual worlds. After we have UCDA tools and virtual environments to communicate to master students, former master students, and PhD students, that this kind of tools can help students to have the access to information more easily and engage with academic content in more active way, as Professor Canonico said before. What we have done, after we have invited former master students to test the environment, but without any explanation, just exploring. So we took the feedback of the students into the article. In particular, we have noticed that we can improve the AI chatbot because sometimes it fails, sometimes it doesn't answer. So we can let the other critical point that we can let more intuitive the entire word. So two critical points: the chatbot and the intuition and the entire word in terms of intuition. All of them, students, former students, so master students and PhD students, talked with the AI chatbot. They entered in all virtual rooms, and last but not least, they liked the project. So we have positive feedback. But my hope is to continue to collaborate at this virtual environment. In particular, we need to collect other feedback as well from the public employees, the professors, so to extend this kind of work to other categories and not only public employees. So thank you for your attention. This is our output with the authors and immersive environments in training for digital. And thank you.
Yes, this is another element is that we want to add is that this contribution is for a conference, is an Italian Conference of Information System. HaDEA is a conference, relevant conference in Italian academic system, and it's very important for us to have more feedback about this and to implement in the future other elements to connect with this project in our master and next end course about digital transformation. It's only another add about the elements that Antonio
sorry, Lucio, I forgot that. Sorry.
No. Thank you.
Thank you. So also I would like just to share with everyone the environment we have done together, just to give them the chance to look to it and to explore it. This meeting is the proof that mobilities and research states are like a fundamental opportunity for generate knowledge together, like exchange methodologies, open new research lines from like areas like the management and communication. And I think this collaboration between UNINA and Rey Juan Carlos University is a good example of how academic mobility can lead to a specific project and look for new opportunities for collaboration. Before finishing the session, I would like to take a picture of everyone. So if you can just activate your camera for a sec, so that then we can share it with the project. So give me a sec. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, cheers. Okay, great. So to conclude, yeah.
You give me the opportunity. I want
of course.
to thank you so much, Lucio, Antonio, Paolo, for the opportunity to collaborate in this challenge project, but so interesting that is UPRAISE. And thank you so much for the opportunity to provide the opportunity for Nerea and Alejandro for make the stay in your university. It's a good opportunity, like said previously, Alejandro, to connect different institutions and take the opportunity to understand better what is the objective that we have in the project and how we can improve the possibilities to advance in the project, because for us it's a challenge project. We think that we have, a lot of circumstances that are related with the different tags. The different work package that we have is so challenging for all the universities. But in the other hand, something that we discuss a lot of in our group is the enormous opportunity that we have with this project, because not only for this kind of collaboration that is clear the productivity that in a short time, you can provide a real result of the collaboration. But for example, in something that you mentioned in the last part of the presentation related with the challenge of use the artificial intelligence to improve the process of tutoring of the students, and it's something that we are working now, for example, in the lab, and of course, if in the next occasion you can go to the University of Juan Carlos, you are invited to stay with us and to prove all the things that we are now working for use the AI in the Moodle, for example, for improve with tutors, using different tools that we are proving in the project. And it's something that, of course, we are so interested in advancing this knowledge, and the invitation is in the floor for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Manuel, for being so kind to us. I'm sure that we will collect your invitation in the very short future, and so we will keep in touch and organize as soon as possible a visit to your institution. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, so I'm not sure if someone wants to share any comments, but also I join Manuel, and I would like to thank you all again, all the members of the Organization Studies Group, Lucio, Paolo, Antonio. Thank you so much. Grazie mille. And I think this workshop represents another step within the UPRAISE project, and we keep working together for the following years. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Alejandro. And I have to say that, Alejandro has practiced a lot the Italian language as well. So here we've been speaking English for, let's say, for more formal reasons. But with Alejandro, I mean, the working language was Italian. So that was very much appreciated, I think, by all of us.
Okay, so now you have to come to Madrid to speak Spanish. So
yeah. We have to make the opposite, I guess. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
So
you.
thank you so much. Have a good one. Bye.
Thank you very much.
Have a nice
Thank-
day. Bye.
Thank you
Have a
very
nice
much,
day.
Alejandro.
you.
Thanks
Thank
all.
you.
Bye. Bye.